Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Well, let me tell you guys, the Rock is cooking a lot of bullshit. That's what he's cooking right now. A lot of BS. All right, that's what the Rock is cooking right now. A lot of bullshit. I know, no, yeah, wrestling. No, this is not. This is a mix of both, guys. This is wrestling and pop culture because this affects you guys, right? Mixing up both here, guys, for my lovable viewers. Red's already in. I knew Red's going to be in, of course. Of course, Red's going to be here. All right? I knew it. Okay? Do me a favor, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, join membership, do all that, please. Right? I won't deceive you like The Rock has, like Dwayne Johnson, the man Dwayne Johnson did. And I won't bullshit you, BS you like he did on a McAfee show yesterday, explaining why he wasn't at WrestleMania. Hey, I wanted to be, it's because I wanted the spotlight to be on Cody Rhodes and John Cena. And whatever. Oh, it's because they needed me to sell tickets for Toronto for Elimination Chamber. And we came up with this idea, whatever bullshit excuse he came up with, we couldn't show WrestleMania. I know, you can. Okay. What a bunch of BS he spewed. Okay, what a bunch of fucking BS. It's BS, guys. I don't believe a word he was saying. Nobody in the wrestling world believes a word he was saying. Okay? Nobody. Wrestling fans are pissed at him. He pissed off wrestling fans. Pissed off everybody. This man has lost respect among the wrestling world, the universe. The turn could have worked if they still had the Rock involved. That's the thing. I'll make sure to send super chats to join membership, guys. The turn could have worked, but the problem with the heel turn is that I think everybody assumes Cena sold his soul to the Rock at Elimination Chamber, but the Rock, and we were believing, wrestling fans were believing the whole lead up between the main event of WrestleMania was gonna have the Rock involved, right? Right, the Cody and Cena match. Well, Cena explains his reasons for turning, but also why was the Rock? But also with the Rock, because every time I was watching the lead up to that match, I'm like, with the promos back and forth, the Cena promos, always chastising the crowd and Cody Rhodes getting involved. I always figure, when's the Rock going to come out? When's he going to talk about the Rock? Nothing, right? Nothing. Okay, and then Cena, which is a crappy main event. No, mind you, it was a crappy main event, and man, I could have accepted the main event as it was until Travis Scott came out. Oh, Colan's terrible. I know. Colan is not a good businessman. But look, I could have accepted the main event for what it was because I knew what kind of main event was going to be with the Cena and Cody. But then they got Travis Scott in. I'm like, oh no, why? I do like it. I do like it. I do like. I guess I do like the right off the bat. I guess Randy Orton has made himself notice that he's going after Cena. Very funny. Cena is the heel this time, and Randy Orton's the face. And I don't want to talk about that. This is not. No, this is a combination of what I think is what I think is happening. What I think is really happening with The Rock and Cena. Elbow don't really. Yeah, they're gonna try to take the title off him. They're not gonna have him back in WWE. Okay, so what I think is happening? Why? Yeah, why is there more to Cena having breaking Ric Flair's record of 16 championships? Now, mind you, Ric Flair won 16 championships, a bunch of different promotions at the time: NWA, WWE in the early days in WCW. John Cena, all his title wins were WWE. So all in one promotion. But is there more to why his record breaking 17 title wins? And it's not really wrestling related. Is it? Is it? Is it? Crossover related. Now, if you notice, you watch NXT, and not NXT, but if you watch a lot of the Netflix shows or the pay-per-view, they've been spotlighting a lot of celebrities, right? A lot of celebrities in the crowd. And most of the celebrities, I fucking have no clue who they are. Okay, I'm sorry. Most of the people they highlight in the crowd, they can't find an A-list celebrity there. They're like all B or C list. It's not like a big time celebrity. But they're highlighting celebrities in the crowd, right? They usually like show 3 celebrities, one point in the show, and then later on they'll show another 3 celebrities, right? That's what they do. They're doing that. They're heavily spotlighting celebrities, right? Ever since they basically got the deal with Netflix and the pay-per-views and all that, okay? Because they know internationally, international viewers get everything on Netflix. Just Americans get Raw on Netflix. But I wonder if there's more to this. Him becoming 17 champion. I wonder. Yeah, you could call me crazy, insane, but wild theories out there with a wild theory. Is there more to this? Cena become the champion? Because we've seen crossover appeal with wrestling and pop culture in Hollywood, right? Right? We've seen it in the past. Okay. And what do I mean by this, right? You're wondering. Well, it's in the title. And yes, I am a little bit clickbaiting here with The Rock. I admit it. In the back in the DCU. That's if you're like Red's only one. I assume the people that I know some people that watch my stream videos are not into wrestling, so they probably won't watch this. But I assume they might come and watch this because this is DC related too. Okay, DC related. So we know in the past, wrestling and pop culture have done a lot of crossovers together, right? And they still do. They still do, right? Every time they always advertise each other. They always advertise, right? AEW advertised a lot of Warner Brothers stuff, right? W will advertise whatever. They'll advertise, right? They do that. Video games, movies, chocolate, with sponsors by like Slim Jim and Snickers. But I wonder if there's a bigger play here with John Cena winning the title for the 17th time. I wonder if WWE and DC, specifically James Gunn, I wonder if there's something going on here. I wonder if they want, and is this his final year as as a competitor, as a wrestling WWE superstar, as a wrestler, and Peacemaker season 2 is on the horizon, right? It's just a few months away, and also a trailer for an Amazon movie just released with him and Idris Elba, where he plays the president and Idris Elba plays the UK Prime Minister. A trailer just released for Amazon earlier today. That's going to be right. It's going to be released on Amazon. I don't think that really has to do anything with it, but I think there's something going on with DC and John Cena. Okay, shut up, Red. Okada has a boring moveset. I'm sorry. Oh, you didn't even put Okada. I mean, okay. I thinking this theory. I wonder. Is that 7? Yeah, man. Oh yeah, super chat. I'll read it. I disagree with it, but I'll read it. But but I wonder. Like me and Degrassi have been talking about this for a while now, and we've been talking about today because he knew ahead of time what my topic was going to be today, and like the Raw coming back to the DCU. I did that speculation as maybe clickbait, and he replied to me in the DMs like, "What? It's not what if? What if that does happen? Like make it sound like they actually would happen." Okay. And we'll get to that. But with Cena, like Red knows wrestling. If you know wrestling, we know the crossover appeal between Hollywood, pop culture, and WWE, right? Hulk Hogan was WWF champion when he filmed some of the stuff in the 80s, right? In the 1980s. Uh, in the 60s, not in the 60s, when NWO version of Hollywood Hulk Hogan filmed while he was champion, right? Filmed some things while he was champion. But here's the difference. Peacemaker is already filmed and done, right? It's already done and filmed, right? All that. But obviously there's going to be press, right? Leading up to that. Press and all that stuff, right? Leading up to that. So, he's going to go on. He's going to go into premieres, small premieres. He's going to go on. He's going to be interviewed, a bunch of magazine trades or right. He's going to be on talk shows like Jimmy Fallon. Like Jimmy Fallon will sure have him on because Jimmy Fallon is a big wrestling fan guy. He'll definitely have the wrestlers on. He's one of the few talk shows that talk show night hosts that gets wrestlers on. So Jimmy Fallon, I think for sure will have John Cena on when Peacemaker comes out. I don't know about maybe Stephen Colbert or Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm guaranteed Jimmy Fallon will. And I think all that stuff leading to Peacemaker season 2, John Cena. If I was James Gunn, and I think there's something to this. If I was James Gunn, I'd be talking about it in WWE. And I know some people are like whether like upset or what, James. Oh my god. Thank you for the super chat. If you're interested in watching wrestling, don't watch WWE because they're trash. AEW is so much better. AEW is better stories, pay-per-views, and matches. You know what? I kind of... Okay. Thank you to super chat, buddy. I'm going to like it, but I'm still a WWE fan. So, stick... Okay. But I think there's something going on here. I told you, man. Okay, I think there's something going on here. I mean, I would definitely have him at the premiere, Peacemaker as champion. I don't care if it's a heel. I don't care if it's a heel or face, but I would have him bring the belt to the Peacemaker premiere. I would have him at the freaking interviews by trade magazines with the freaking belt as he's answering questions. You see on YouTube videos, some of these YouTube videos of those videos on YouTube. They ask us celebrities as their film or TVs is coming out or about to come out. They ask them questions. You see those hot ones, right? You see those hot ones recently. I would have John Cena do that with the belt over his shoulder. Okay. Okay, then I have him on the talk show, Jimmy Fallon, with the belt over his shoulder there, or right, whatever. I would do that. I would do it now. SummerSlam. Okay, here's the thing. The problem is the one thing that can hold that back, that possibility. SummerSlam is August 2nd to 3rd. Peacemaker season 2. Peacemaker season 2 is gonna premiere on horny for hater. So season 2 is gonna premiere on August 21st. So what they should do, what Warner Brothers and WB should do, they should do all of that like 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks early. Have them on those talk shows about 1 or 2 weeks early, early. The premiere about 1 or 2 weeks early. Have them talk shit on those talk shows about interviews about him champion, and then at SummerSlam, you know, leading up to Summer and at SummerSlam, he loses title. He loses the title, probably back to Cody Rhodes. I would have that. I would have him. I would make sure Warner Bros. Schedules things 1 or 2 weeks in advance before SummerSlam, where John Cena goes on being all confident, cocky about how he's gonna retain the title over Cody Rhodes, how he's gonna make Cody Rhodes look stupid. It was dog shit. It was really bad. It was not a good WrestleMania. Unlike you, Red, I can admit something is bad. Yeah. And Red's the only one here, man. Red is my loyal follower, my loyal subscriber. You should get a reward for that. None of you should get rewards because you don't like wrestling, guys. Well, too bad. All right. See, because I don't see sideways. I don't see anybody here. I mean, I don't see DeGrasse. DeGrasse. I don't see Degrassi here. That's weird. I got after this. I'm gonna finish watching Andor episode 2 and 3 for season 2. My thoughts on him not taking the blame from WrestleMania? Bullshit. He deserves the blame. Yeah, Cena has to drop the title to Bayley so that Bayley can leave when her contract expires, and then she can debut on Dynamite with throwing the Fed belt in trash. You know that would create a moment, very a viral moment. Um, okay, definitely create a viral. Oh, Cena here. I think this is why he won the title. Now, I know my buddy Finbar. Like Finbar has been away a while because he's like away in Thailand, right? Like when we discussed the heel turn, and the week after, a couple days after we had a stream together, he thought Cody Rhodes was gonna retain the title at SummerSlam. It was a really early prediction back then, but I said John Cena was gonna win from the start. As soon as he turned heel, yeah, John Cena was gonna win, and evidence on that was that Cody Rhodes always got the upper hand leading into WrestleMania. So I'm like, as soon as this past SmackDown, he finished Cena with the crossroads at the end of the show. I'm like, yep, Cena's winning at WrestleMania. Yeah, Undisputed Era. Yeah, man. What happened to the Red? I forgot what happened to the Kingdom. What happened to Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, or whatever his name is? Okay, yeah, Mike Kanellis. Okay, I just knew at the end of SmackDown. I'm like, yep, John Cena is going to win the title. And that's what happened. And I knew he was going to break the record. Okay? This WrestleMania did not really. Well, there were some happy moments, but at the ending of both nights, were exactly not. There were both nights left fans in shock, right? Even though the main event of night one, I expected other Ring of Honor. Yeah, I expected like in both night one and night two. My predictions. I think every prediction that I would have made, because I did not do a video and Red's gonna give me shit for that. I think every prediction I would have made for WrestleMania was coming true. I think every prediction I would have made was gonna came true. Came true. Okay, and let me tell you. Let me just say this. I know they cut back house shows. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair is one of the reasons why they needed house shows, because they had no chemistry together. And I think Charlotte Flair has an attitude issue. I think over the years she's become so arrogant, so cocky that she does things for herself. And I used to respect this woman a lot back in the day, but she's over the years she's become full of herself, just like her father. Honestly, she's fallen like just her father. You could clearly tell that she has no respect for Tiffany Stratton. If I was Tiffany, you could tell. You could tell she had no respect for Tiffany Stratton. Okay. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Like, okay. All right, all right. But yeah, but for John Cena, man, there's definitely more to the Charlotte. She does not have any kids. Yeah, well, that's because she kept getting divorced. She's okay, like her father. Red. Oh man, if it's just over the years, Charlotte's become full of herself, and people call her the female Roman Reigns now. But the thing is, Roman Reigns is cool now. But whatever, Charlotte Flair is never gonna get there. Never gonna be. And she got riled by the fans. You've been in the business for 10 years. How do you get fucking riled by the fans? Seriously. Yeah, yeah, Red. She has like 3 divorces. Okay. Now with John Cena, man, with John Cena, I think it's just good idea. I think, and there's, I don't know what the grassy is, because I know he could vouch for this. There's James Gunn reacted to something Cody Rhodes said. And Cody Rhodes said in an interview that he will never leave WWE for Hollywood. And James Gunn reacted to that. And I think that's Cody Rhodes taking a shot at The Rock and John Cena for leaving WWE for Hollywood. But I think there's more to that, because I don't think Cody Rhodes doesn't get the roles as The Rock or Cena would in Hollywood. I mean, he's done some Hollywood. He has done some stuff, right? I mean, he was an Arrow, for example, right? As a villain, an Arrow, right? I I think there's something going on there now. Cody Rhodes, for example, is a video game fan, and is a comic book fan. Okay, he is a huge comic book fan. Okay, So James Gunn did react to a clip of Cody Rhodes say he's never leaving. He's never leaving WWE for Hollywood, and that's obviously referring to The Rock and John Cena. But like, yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I think if something did come up, if like James Gunn came up with a role for Cody Rhodes, it'd be like, yeah, we got this role for you in the DCU. I think he'd be perfect at it. And I think I'll take it on the spot, right? We'll take it on the spot, man. And yeah, they probably wouldn't cut him out like Marvel did with Seth Rollins. Hey, the rumor is, Red, Doctor Doom killed Seth Rollins in Captain America. No, I'm kidding. I made that up. Bring it down. Okay. Shut up, man. Shut up. Become a traitor. I don't know. No Cody Tucker. Yeah, but Dave Batista in his 40s, man. So is John Cena. And okay. Okay, you can take a shot at Batista, but why take a shot at Batista, man? Why are we taking a shot at Batista? Like Batista, I mean, he's not feuding with Batista. Oh, okay. Batista's retired from wrestling. He's not coming back. I don't know that group immunity, man. I don't think Roman and I don't think Roman and Punk are gonna feud a faction together. They're probably gonna be forced to team up. Like, their enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? That's what's gonna happen. But let's talk about Cody. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Cody Rhodes enters the DCU with John Cena in the DCU and be like, "Hey, John, I'm also part of the DCU." Yeah, he won't unless it's the Hall of Fame. He'll do Hall of Fame and that's it, right? Like, he should be in the Hall of Fame already. But like, when are they gonna induct him, man? Like, they were supposed to induct him in the Hall of Fame, and it's been like 5-6 years. So I don't know what's going on with that. They should like ready to induct him next year, make him the headliner next year, I guess. Okay. Hey now, here's the grassy. But like seriously, this lead up to SummerSlam could work. Now, yeah, like I said, SummerSlam is early August, and Peacemaker debuts on the 21st, right? The 21st of August, right? But the lead up, the press, the interviews, all that will be before the premiere date drops on HBO Max. You could have from the third, from this, you could have shit in July. How are they gonna do it? How can they do it? You may have to start early press in July because no Degrassi, early July. Maybe they do have a show. There is another show, France. They do have another pay-per-view, I believe, in August after SummerSlam. Let me check. I'm pretty sure they do. Clash of Paris. WWE Clash of Paris. What? You know what? Why not this? Instead of Cody and Cena, Clash of Paris. Clash of Paris. Why not Clash of Paris so we can get more promotion out of John Cena and Peacemaker with him the title? Instead of SummerSlam, you could do the Clash of Paris, have Cody and John Cena, so we can see John Cena in the premiere for Peacemaker at the premiere, on the red carpet with the fucking title. You know how much heat we would get? How much heat we would get? Also have this fucking WWE crew at the premiere and have them cut heel like promos there too. Do that. Okay, if you're feeling Cody, do that. Also, we'll get him on Jimmy Fallon, and obviously Jimmy Fallon, he's gonna blur the lines, right? But right, do that with Jimmy, because Jimmy Fallon will definitely have him on for Peacemaker, promote Peacemaker. That's definitely him. But also have him bring the title with them, okay? The title with them to see for Peacemaker. Right, for Jimmy Fallon. And also, you see YouTube, like Hot Ones, have John Cena. It's like, I'm too good to eat a hot. Like, he gets the Hot Ones, and he's like, I'm too good for this. Be heel and be like, I'm too good for this. And he just walks out of Hot Ones. He should just do that. Be like, the spicy chicken or what, all that. He'd be like, I've been watching even Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan, when they have to answer questions and if they don't want to answer, they have to take a spicy chicken. They should just have John Cena as a joke, do one of those for Peacemaker, and just walk out. Have him be a heel during the Peacemaker press tour and all that stuff. Do that. I mean, that'd be cool if it's attached to Super. I'd be a genius if you do it. Like WWE and James Gunn need to do something like that. They did with Hollywood Hogan. When Hogan was champion, there was a couple weeks where he was filming a movie. I think he was filming the Ninjas, the third movie Ninjas, right? And he was on set, and they made sure for him to cut the video, to cut heel like promos for Hogan. Also, you know what's great? You know what's great? You know what's a great thing? You guys know, I don't know how much you know this, but you all know, Waddy Waddy Piper and Mr. T. Waddy Waddy Piper, you know what he did to fucking heel? They had him cut a segment where he crashed a set of they crashed the set of the A Train, whatever, right? A Train, not A Train. Oh my god, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Like, I'm a genius. Oh yeah, Cena first got through the table. Oh yeah. Like, this should happen. Okay? Like, why not? Like, I know a lot of people that probably go watch the Jimmy Fallon show are probably not just, there's probably some wrestling fans, but they're probably not our wrestling fans. But they know Jimmy Fallon's a wrestling fan. They probably know John Cena's being heel at the right? And the problem is, sometimes, and back in the day, they'll be in character or they won't be in character. The wrestlers. But, like, okay, you can do this. You can do this. You can have Cody Rhodes crash the set of Jimmy Fallon, get in the face of John Cena, and okay, you could do that. Okay, you could do that. All right, like when they did, like DDP and Hogan, Bischoff and Jay Leno, something like that. You could do something like that. There's so many things you could do with John Cena as a champion when Premiere is debuting and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how many. Amazon films get small premieres, right? When that movie is coming out for Amazon? Oh, that's early. Yeah. Like, I'm not just talking Peacemaker here, because John Cena has that movie. Had the trailer drop today. Not sure what the date is. I think it's August, actually. I think that movie's supposed to drop in August, too. The Amazon movie. Idris Elba, when he's the president. If not Peacemaker, they can do it with this film. Okay, Head of State. Is it Head of State? July 2nd. I mean, it is a lead up to it is a lead up to SummerSlam. I mean, they could do that. They could do that. Oh come on, Joe Henry wasn't buried. He faced Randy Orton. Come on, he wasn't buried. There's a lot of things they could do, man. A lot of things they could do. Let me tell you something. A lot of wrestling fans are into comics. All right. A lot of wrestling fans are, and they like Warner Brothers and DC. I'm telling DC and Marvel. They love that stuff. Okay. And they mix very well. Wrestling mixed very well with comics. And okay, and that's why a lot of wrestlers that go in transition movies are portrayed. They get into comic book movies or TV shows portray a villain because they're actually very good at playing a character. Like wrestlers are very good at playing characters. I mean, no, they're not the best actors, obviously, but there's certain qualities that wrestlers know and how to do that actual trained actors don't know how to do, like a wrestler does. Like, okay, okay, there's things. There's things. A wrestler, they kind of has to memorize a line just like that very quickly. For some scripted lines, they have to memorize it very clearly. Maybe an hour, a half an hour before they go out, they have to sometimes cut a promo improv. Some actors can't do that. Some actors can't do that. Like, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. In acting, right? You break character. You say that you take a couple of times because sometimes something will make you laugh. You say a line wrong. In wrestling, you can't do that if you're live, man. You can't do that. There's no second take in wrestling. There's no second take in wrestling. You screw up, you fucking screw up, and some of the best wrestlers catch on. Oh come on, relax. Hey, hey, hey! Why are you defending John Long's favorite wrestler? You hate him. Okay. And in acting, you're not really reacting to you're not really reacting to a crowd, right? Even though for TV shows you act in front of a live audience, right? And they have those signs to tell you to laugh or applause. It's not the same thing in wrestling. Not the same thing in wrestling. You don't have fucking signs to tell you. You don't have a fucking light up sign to tell you to laugh or applause. They don't have that. You don't have that, man. Okay? Because when you're filming shows and acting, they do a couple takes even in front of a live audience, and they really don't react to the audience. Okay? They really don't react to us. Even though you hear in those comedy shows, sitcoms, you hear laughter in the background. We know why, but they really don't react to the audience. In wrestling, you have to react to the audience. It's very different. It's very different. Wrestling. I'm gonna say this. Hot take. Degrassi's is gonna disagree with me. Hot take. Wrestling is harder than theater. Than theater. Just saying. And I'm not just talking about the stunts. You should see what interviews with Anthony Mackie says about Samoa Joe. And sometimes, like in right, in wrestling, when you cut a promo, you have to come up with something in your head sometimes. You don't exactly have, right? Like CM Punk is so good. Like CM Punk probably does not need to some write down something on his arm or whatever on a piece of paper to memorize. He probably just goes out there and he knows what he's going to exactly say. Okay? Knows exactly what he's going to say. Probably doesn't fucking need a writer to tell him what to say. And when you're cutting a promo in wrestling, your objective is to try to get the fans to cheer or boo you to react to you, right? To react to you, right? What if John Cena lost to Mace Warner or Mustafa Ali only to hit a TNA Bound for Glory? Would that be a squash? That would be a burial, a massive burial, and that'd be huge for Mustafa Ali and or Mace Warner. Red, look at this way. Look at this way. Yeah, it was 2 to 3 minutes, but look at this way. He got to be the match in front of 60,000 people, night 2 against Randy Orton. Main event a couple WrestleManias. Was one of the best WrestleMania main event matches with Bryan Danielson and Batista. A couple other main event matches at WrestleMania. Look at that way. Look at that way. Okay? Oh, guys, make sure to join membership, please. Now, okay, I don't know if I talked about this part yet. I mean, I did talk about The Rock a little bit. So I'm gonna transition to the Croc. You know, Triple H when remember the time the Nation dropped up Nation, not the Nation, DX dressed up as the Nation back in the Attitude Era, and he had Triple H dressed up as The Rock, and he called him the Croc. Remember that? Remember that? That was hilarious. I don't think I can show you that on here. I might get in trouble. Man, you can't do that now. But the stuff you could do back in the Attitude Era, what stuff you could get away with, oh, you can't do that now. I mean, like, if you're like an SJW now, you would not like the Attitude Era. Social Justice Warriors would fucking hate the Attitude Era. Okay? I'm just saying. The okay. And okay. Okay, so let's get on The Rock. Yeah, man. What he said, the Pat McAfee interview was, oh, completely bullshit. Completely bullshit. 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 Read the fucking room. He gave a look. I'll give him props for answering right away, like a day after or 2 days after WrestleMania, while he wasn't there. He didn't wait a while. I'll give him props on that. But his answer, oh, it's BS. It's BS. The reason why is because tickets weren't selling out for eliminations in Toronto, Canada, which Toronto, Canada is one, especially North America, one of the most prestigious wrestling cities. Tickets weren't selling well. Yeah, it's because they raised the prices, man. I saw the ticket prices. There's a reason why. Ticket prices are damn expensive as hell for WWE. Okay? And so we had to come up with something. So we would come up with the Soul storyline. And then, yeah. So Cody Rhodes obviously refuses. Now, John Cena is the one who sold the Soul. And for a month to WrestleMania, Rock doesn't show up. And his excuses, oh, I just did this to get people to buy tickets for Elimination Chamber. And you see what happens. And then that Cody and John Cena continue the story. I just did my part and let him continue the story. But you're the part of the story. You're like the beginning of the story. You're the focus of the story, man. That's ridiculous, man. I know this. this really should be part of the wrestling stream. Like this should really be a wrestling stream. And when I'm talking about that's without in that sense of the wrestling aspect of the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. But look, I would look. There's some people I'm friends with on here that don't really like The Rock, don't really like Dwayne Johnson. They think he has a big ego, and he does. And I defend him on some stuff, and I do criticize him on some stuff. Here, like I'm starting to think like he's getting the Hogan ego, and he's not Hogan where Hogan is now, like a racist or said the N word or whatever, stuff like that. But what I mean by that, the Hogan ego, like he's responsible for everything, right? And I know Hogan would say, yeah, I'm responsible for Cena and Cody Rhodes story. The Rock said, yeah, I just did my part to let him focus on it. But what I'm saying about him getting the Hogan ego is like, yeah, yeah, lies, BSing, BSing, and from his Instagram post, right, about him about the Black Adam, and all this stuff getting caught, not really eating at was it Whataburger? He got caught lying about that. Like his ego's getting too big. I know. He's a Hollywood movie star, so literally almost everybody in Hollywood's ego is big, right? But he's different. He comes from a wrestling world, and let me tell you something: wrestlers' egos are a lot bigger than Hollywood movie stars because there's a lot of wrestlers who really think they are the character. Ric Flair, for example. Ric Flair fucking thinks he's freaking Nature Boy Ric Flair in real life. Okay? Woo! He goes partying, alright? Ultimate War, stuff like that. And not all wrestlers do. Not all wrestlers do. Like there's some humble wrestlers. Like Mick Foley doesn't think that. He's a very humble wrestler. Even Undertaker is very humble. He doesn't even when he retired. Undertaker doesn't think that. Austin a little bit. He does drink the beer. He does like the desert. But Austin's metal. He's not a real life jackass. He's a metal guy. The Rock, on the other hand, yeah. That guy you saw in back in the day wearing those Hawaiian shirts or those $1,000 shirts he comes out with the sunglasses back in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's The Rock now as a real life persona. Okay? Okay? And I know he's trying to get the stink about, being not a good actor, all this, because he's appearing in an A24 film, and then he's appearing in a Martin Scorsese film. Maybe it's because he's very insecure about people maybe he's finally listening to people and say, you know what? Do more range, man. Instead of being an action star or action/comedy, like do more range. And people really do attack his acting ability. Maybe he's finally taking that to heart. Maybe, Hey, DeGrasse, you still around, buddy? I don't know if huh. But okay, the Black Adam stuff. Well, look, with the Black Adam thing, there's no scoops or that or any so-called insider or outsider, whatever you want to call them, mentioning the Rock coming back to the DCU. I don't have anything. I'm not a scooper. I don't have anything. It's just something I had to put out there because of this whole John Cena Peacemaker promotion. Cody Rhodes with James Gunn reacting to a clip of Cody Rhodes saying he's not leaving WWE for Hollywood. But now with the Rock, and maybe there's something. Maybe there's a triangle here. Maybe there possibly could be a deeper storyline here, right? Maybe there's something here. Now, okay. Now, here's the thing. I don't think the Rock is coming back to the DCU. But what if? And what if this whole thing is James Gunn has hired Cody Rhodes and Dwayne The Rock Johnson in DCU. Cody Rhodes is going to play this character. The Rock has come back to the DCU. The Hollywood trades or the people like Jeff Snyder would do some searching on that, and the people from doing the wrestling world, the dirt sheets will come on and say, "Yeah, this has been in the works for some time. This has been this is kayfabe slash this is kayfabe slash non kayfabe stuff." Strange, right? Strange. Um, really, really strange. Like the Rock in the DCU. Obviously, I'm not saying. Look, obviously in the title, I'm not. I did not put Black Adam. I did not put Black Adam. I said DCU. It could totally be like Jason Momoa coming back to the DCU as Lobo and not Aquaman. The Rock could possibly do the same thing. He could come back as somebody else and not Black Adam. But what kind of character would The Rock willing to play that's not Black Adam? He's willing to play a masculine leading man, obviously, right? Right? And I mean that's Black Adam for sure. Who could he play? That's a good question. Like, who, if he's not Black Adam, I don't know right now. Hawkman, maybe. I don't know. Hawkman or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. He could be Mongol. And if he does come back from the DCU, you hear her, folks, guys. I just look. I'm a little bit conspiracy here, little conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat there. But what if this is these three? What if it's really behind the scenes? It's all about the DCU, them working with James Gunn together, and WWE working with James Gunn. It's I know this would be magnificent. All right, this would be big to me as a wrestling fan and a DC fan, a comic book fan. I'm sure for most of my viewers that are wrestling and comic book fans, I know for comic book fans to be like, what? They're not interested in me. What? What? Steel? Oh yeah, Steel. Hey, they could bring back Shaq for Steel. Okay, not Shaq. No, right? I mean, look. There's like. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a better chance he comes back to the DCU than he joins MCU as Apocalypse. No, I'm not saying. So what I'm saying is he could join the MCU, but I think there's a better chance he comes back to DCU than he plays Apocalypse in the MCU. I'm saying he could join the MCU, right? But I'm saying there's a much lower percentage of him coming to the MCU as Apocalypse. Why look at the focus casting of Apocalypse now when they still have to finish all the Avenger stuff, the Phase 5 and 6, which ends with Thunderbolts. Phase 5 is the last film for Thunderbolts. Ironheart is the last TV show for Phase 5. Fantastic Four kicks off Phase 6. And Phase 7 is going to end in 2 years. But why would you look at The Rock as Apocalypse Now? Doesn't make sense. I'm saying there's a better chance he comes back to the DCU. It is a better chance he comes back to the DCU as Black Adam than freaking Apocalypse. I don't know where people got the idea he's gonna come back and he's gonna come to MCU as Apocalypse. Can we focus on like the current X-Men? They're coming back in Avengers Doomsday, and then focus on the future of the X-Men, the mutants. Hey, if Oscar Isaac's Apocalypse Degrassi, make him look different. Make him look very, very different than he was in his movie. But okay, and The Rock doesn't like playing a villain. Like, he doesn't like playing villains. The Rock doesn't like playing villains. If he does like playing a villain, the villain has to be like an anti-hero. He doesn't really like playing villains. He always has to see himself as a good guy. And at least with guys like and he's kind of like the modern day '80s action star, right? He's like the modern day Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? But at least Schwarzenegger at times played villains. Schwarzenegger was willing to play a villain. The Rock, now he doesn't want to play villains. In his early days, just trying to get a career off Hollywood, he's willing to play the villains all the time, right? He's willing to play the bad guys, right? Like in Scorpion King. Well, in the Mummy too, Scorpion King. His Scorpion King movie, he was not the villain. Yeah. Yeah, it's '90s apocalypse, or you mean the '97 apocalypse, which really looks like the early '90s apocalypse, right? But he also played the villain in Doom and Get Smart. But I don't remember a film since like mid 2000s where he played a villain in The Rock. The Rock. And I know some people say his contract he has to win, right? As a villain, you can't win. You can't win. You can't always have that in the contract, clause in the contract. Sorry, it can't be that way. He's you don't understand. Like James Gunn and Pierce have a lot of power in DCU, but The Rock has a lot of fucking pull too, man. He has a lot of pull because The Rock is an egomaniac and power hungry. Okay, and Zazzle might be a guy that's willing to listen to willing to listen to The Rock over James Gunn and Peter Safran. It's like this. It's like this. It's like Shawn Michaels in the Click, always in Vince McMahon's ear. Yeah, he's playing a villain in WWE. Yeah, but he doesn't want to do it. I don't know why he doesn't. I guess I guess for the WWE audience, he's willing to play a villain, but for not for the movie audience, he's willing not to. Okay, he he does produce a lot of stuff. I don't know why The Rock would not be willing to play a villain in the movies or a TV show. I mean, like it's a lot more fun than playing the good guy. He played the villains very well in WWE from the beginning and now. He could do it. It's not surprising that he could transition to WWE to Hollywood so well. Because most wrestlers, they're in some Hollywood productions, but they don't become big stars. They don't break out. Only a few of them have. Like Hogan kind of did, but he fizzled out, right? He fizzled out. The Rock did, obviously still there. Batista did. John Cena does. Um, and there's some guys you may not recognize that are not big movie stars, but they're like decent roles. Like what's his name? Kerrigan, you still see Kerrigan from time to time. All right, Greg Khali was in a couple movies. Um, Zeus, what's his name? What's his name? Tony Lister, Zeus. Uh, Piper, obviously. You could probably what's the guy's name? Tyler Main, who was just in Deadpool Wolverine, is Sabretooth. Who else? Tyler Main. Kevin Nash. I mean, Kevin Nash did some stuff. Some Punisher. Who else? Nathan Jones tried to break out. I mean, Goldberg to an extent was not big a success as Cena or the Rock Batista, but Goldberg has a solid TV career, I would say. Okay, and he did some of the Goldbergs. I mean, it's funny. Bill Goldberg was on the Goldberg show, right? And he was in the Flash. So Goldberg has some success, right? Um, so there's the big ones like Cena, Rock, and Batista. Austin for a little bit. Austin for a little bit, right? Austin was a little bit of a, but then he fizzled out. He decided not to do any movies or TV shows, right? Uh, and there's some guys who have steady, who were in wrestling with steady careers, that workable careers, that work as actors' career, not actually big movies, not exactly big stars. And there might be one on the horizon. Um, there might be one on the horizon next from WWE that might break out into Hollywood. He really was in a movie. He really was in Hobbs and Shaw, and that's Roman Reigns. Is Roman Reigns, The Rock's cousin, because he said in an interview that he doesn't know how much time he has left. And he might be winding down, and he would like to transition to Hollywood. And if that's the case, The Rock is going to do whatever it takes to make his cousin a big star in Hollywood. He's going to push him to the moon. He's going to put him in all his $7 production movies that are producing. He's going to do all that. He's going to push his cousin. Come on, let's be honest. He's going to do what it takes, right? Also, man, I like to see Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa in a movie together because they really do look alike, kind of. All right, I do like to see that movie, Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns together. But I'm telling you, Roman Reigns is looking to transition once his wrestling days are done. He doesn't know how much he has left, and The Rock will do whatever it takes. Will do whatever it takes. As a promise. Okay, that's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. Okay. The biggest way to fed into the shitter in the same way Conan ran Triple A into the grave. I don't know, man. And really, I just remember Damian Priest said he was going to be in Black Panther 2, but Vince McMahon pulled him. Can you imagine? Yeah, who else was it? Who else got pulled from doing a, a film or a movie that WWE pulled from? I'm pretty sure, the question, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure almost every wrestler is part of SAG. I think all wrestlers have a SAG after are part of SAG union. I wouldn't be surprised if part of SAG. If I was every wrestler, I would be part of SAG. I know SAG would not cover wrestling, but the other side of things. Punishment Martinez was supposed to be Atuma. Yeah, some people wanted to report that he was going to be Namor, and I'm like, why would it cast a wrestler to be Namor? Namor. Like, seriously. I'm like, no, he was going to be a Tuma. I'm like, some people are so stupid. They think he was going to cast him to be the villain. And most people the people that reported that were from the wrestling side of things, not from Hollywood. The wrestling dirt sheets. They reported, yeah, he was going to be the villain Namor. I'm like, no, he wasn't fucking to be Namor. They wouldn't cast Damian Priest to be fucking Namor. Okay? They cast an actual actor to be Namor. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine on the chair? On the chair when they're doing the Avengers Doomsday live stream of each actor is going to be Avengers Doomsday, and you see David Priest's real name there instead of I don't know. I can't say the guy's name. I know. I'm not because of allegations stuff like that. Because I butcher it, and I don't have it up. Can you imagine that? Like, photo mode. It's like they let they let Sasha Banks do the Mandalorian, but they wouldn't let Punishment Martinez do Tuma. Like why? Right? I mean, look at Hogan. Like the greatest example of this is Hogan. Remember? Remember? Hogan went to do Rocky 3. He told Mr. Man Sr. he was going to do Rocky 3. And Mr. Man Sr. fired him. And he did Rocky 3 anyway, right? And then AEW picked up Hogan. They signed Hogan. And Hulkamania was not born in WWE. Hulkamania was born in AEWA. And then he saw Vince McMahon Jr. when he took over because Sr. passed away, right? Jr. Vince McMahon Jr. saw how popular Hogan was getting in the AWA and snatched him up. Okay? Yeah, AWA, not AEW, man. God. yeah. Did I say AEW? My mistake. I said AWA. Okay? But I'm pretty sure every wrestler is at least part of SAG because I know some wrestlers signed with agencies that represent actual movie stars, celebrities. So if you sign with an agency that represents other celebrities, other movie actors and actresses, there's a good chance you're part of SAG. Okay, you're part of SAG, right? You have a SAG card for that kind of work. But SAG doesn't cover WWE, and I made the push that SAG should cover wrestling. And why do I say SAG should cover wrestling? Because yeah, wrestling is a sport, but wrestling is also acting. Acting. And wrestling doesn't really have a union of their own, so why not, right? So why not SAG incorporate wrestling into his collective bargaining, into his charter? You said another Jeffrey Dahmer and Joe Gacy Joker moment. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And personally, who's the president of SAG? If I ever met Fran Dasher, I would ask her. Do you ever consider wrestling part of SAG? And I know her response probably will be, but I would respond to her and be like, wrestling is kind of acting though. Okay? It's acting. It's acting. All right. I heard Tony D'Angelo may get caught up. Red's favorite wrestler is Tony D'Angelo. I'm kidding. All right, guys. That's it for tonight. An hour stream. Good stream. Tomorrow we'll do something fun. I don't know what. But thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, join membership. Thank you for the super chat from Red. Appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow for sure. Later, guys.